subscribe to my channel. Good morning from Bratislava. We are at our first attraction for today, which is the iconic blue church. A lot of people say it looks like a wedding cake because of all the tiered and beautiful details, but it's in the style of Art Nouveau, so it gives it like a fairy tale kind of aesthetic. It's really beautiful. The church itself is actually dedicated to Saint Elizabeth, and she is known, despite her affluent upbringing, she was devoted to helping the poor. And there's actually a folklore, a story that one time she was smuggling loads of bread to bring to the poor, and her husband catches her and demands to see what she's carrying. She's obviously worried, and she shows him. It transforms into roses, so she doesn't get caught smuggling out the bread against her husband's wishes. Just wanted to appreciate it before everyone had woke up. Now I'm going to run back to the accommodation quickly, just change into an outfit. This is what I was wearing on the bus yesterday. I didn't want to wake everyone when it's up so early. I think I might be in the greatest cafe or restaurant in my entire life. I don't think I will ever, like nowhere will ever compete with this. This is like the ultimate cafe. She is just like me for real right now. Like I'm like, Our beautiful swan here is salted caramel flavored. I have my golden little fork too. This isn't a sensory experience like I'm in. Oh, should we try the drink first actually? This is blackcurrant flavored. I love lemonade. I'm like literally a child palate when it comes to drinks. Salted caramel, you try first. Like, do not infantize me. Caramel drizzle. See if I can show you this way, it'd be better. There's some sort of pastry, but it's really sweetly, and it has pecans as well. If it's not historically accurate, it feels fitting to the environment. Okay, I'm gonna enjoy this. A little bit too much, you can already tell. I've been charmed.
10 out of 10.
I fear that nothing will ever peak this. Like, we've reached peak at the beginning of the vlog, so
goodbye.
No, but I have faith in it. Bratislava seems like the greatest place alive. Oh, that's really cool. Remember Saint Elizabeth in the blue church we met earlier? And she was carrying a basket of flowers. Here it shows her carrying the basket of bread that would have been for the needy. Okay, we are out on the cold, hard streets again. I already miss it. Go find some attractions. We've been dilly-dallying for too long. Okay, so we're at the town square now, and the baubles, as big as my head, but I think they're better than Budapest decorations. Like, look how big this tree is. It's incredible. And also the little markets. I fear they have beat Budapest. Maybe we'll compare them all as we go along, but here is doing pretty well. Hello, we are now at Primate Palace. It's like a candy pink. And it's really cool. I was walking past here on the way to the cafe in the morning time, and the kids actually were all coming around and they were putting decorations on the tree. So I think this is part of a program where they all come and decorate. Look how insane they are. Like, they're so ridiculously talented. But this tree area is right outside the Primate Palace, and if you can see on top of it there is like a cardinal's hat, and it is supposed to be because this building was actually constructed for the Archbishop of Esztergom, and he at the time would have been a ruler of a part of Hungary. But yes, the hat is to represent the fact that he was a cardinal, but it's very unusual to see, you know, a cardinal hat on top of a building. So the fact that it was made for the Archbishop, Ooh! I can't say that word. So the fact that it was made for the Archbishop. So the fact that it was made for the Archbishop. So the fact that it was made for the Archbishop. No, I can't say that. So the fact that it was made for the Archbishop connects it to the aristocratic elite of Hungary. I feel like I missed out on Christmas, especially last year. I was in Asia by myself and I missed out on Christmas, but I was like, I have to make it up in tenfold this Christmas. So now I've got the most intense speed run of every Christmas market, and I'm so grateful. Okay, let's head to the next location. If you can see behind me, there's a statue and it's called Sean Nazi. It means handsome Nazi, an example of a gentleman from the 21st century, and they made him into a statue, which is pretty insane. His legacy lives on. As you can see here, he was seen as humble and polite and friendly. The statue is of him tipping his hat. We are at Kimmel now, which it literally translates to look or to stare, and he is also called the man at work or the watcher. So you can decide. He has like a mischievous face on, he's just watching out. Apparently he's caused many accidents, which I do not I'm not surprised by, because he's right here on the edge and people can walk up and take photos. So people trip over him, but also he's been hit by cars, but they've been able to maintain him. So we just overheard from the tour guide, if you rub his nose, you'll get pregnant. So if you're looking to get pregnant, you rub his nose, rub his head for good luck. So we're gonna just rub his head, I think. Oh my god, that is so funny. Every time a tour guide came by, they had a different story to tell about the peeping Tom. And the last one, he just was telling them he is described as a peeping Tom, and then he was used the sewers to look up women's skirts. So are you fond of this guy? Are you unfond of him? I don't know. I was loving him up until that moment. We have made it now to St. Michael's Gate. Behind me, you can see the one and only. Well, actually there's four, but this is the best preserved one. St. Michael is supposed to be the protector of Bratislava. He watches over the city, and a lot of the folklore believes that he actually would watch over from the top. There's a statue of him, and he would actually watch over Bratislava from there. Okay, so we've reached another attraction.
Oh my god! What is that?
It's Posmivahik, and it literally translates to little jester or mocker. A mischievous little boy who would play pranks on merchants or passers-by. He's depicted like jeering or laughing out at someone, so charming. But he's like really like one of those ones where you blink or you miss it. But yes, we're gonna head on now to the church.
As the rain gets cold, my heart gets colder. I lose my soul, like my love for you.
I'm outside the church now. I'm gonna head maybe to the castle. I'm a bit peckish. You have two options. You go to the castle cranky without food, or you get food and then it's sunset, because sunset's so early here. I think it's like 4 p.m. Oh my god, that was therapeutic. We just had to hike up some stairs. It wasn't that bad. But I'm thinking dinner is going to be really nice this evening.
When I close my eyes, I still see your
I made it up to Bratislava Castle and I got hit by the toilet tax. I really needed to go when I came up here, and it's 50 cents. Also, I just came in here and there's a scrape or scar or something on my head. Unexplained. So roll the footage back. What did I do? Like,
Did you fall down and smack your little head on the pavement?
I think there's a way of me concealing this because it's looking a bit ridiculous. I'm not sure it worked, so I've come to my second conclusion, which is distract the people with how much obnoxious amount of blusher I put on. It's never failed me. It's crazy how many countries the Danube River goes through. I tell you one thing though, getting up this hill and getting back down this hill, I will be fit to eat. I'm excited. Okay, let's go do a little bit of exploring around and then we feast. We feast. As you can see, very few people bad enough to be out in this cold. Oh, let's go get some nice Slovakian food. So I'm making my way down, but if you see behind me, a statue called Bosorka, and it translates from Borsorki, which means witch in Slovakian. And compared to Western European, where witches were only seen as like malevolent, dark, evil creatures, Slovakian folklore actually depicts them as like having good and bad tendencies. Like they could do good things, they could do bad things. But despite this nice outlook on witches, they were not exempt from the 17th century scare of witches and the trials that would have happened during that era. So in the 17th century, whenever witch hunting haunted or plagued Europe, Slovakia was no exception. And even there was a horrible story of a woman who was accused of cursing a nobleman's crops, and her defense was, only magic I know is knowing herbal medicines. And her defense wasn't enough, and she actually was tried and executed for that paranoia and belief that she was a witch, which is insane. I fear I would be giving the same treatment. Not that I remotely evoke like witchy, mysterious energy. I just think you look at me and I'm witch. I give witch. I fear. It's unfortunate, but I think that I would be gone. I wouldn't have made it to this century. My genetic pool would have died off a long time ago. We are walking to food, but this would have been the medieval walls. The real medieval walls that would have been on the city. They're still standing. Pretty inconceivable. I'm running, sprinting in fact, to food. I already know what I want, which is the most brilliant part about it. When you feel like mad powerful and you're like, I know what I want, I'm gonna get it. Well, Don't say that. I've just jinxed myself.
We have arrived in Slovak pub. Oh wow, the menu is so cool. I was like, this is a really confusing menu, but it explains each room and like the importance of each room. Like the first room they situated me in, it was dedicated to a Slovak group of intellectuals in the 19th century. It played a crucial role in decoding the Slovak orthography and making it an official language. What room am I in now? I'm in the poets room now. It's dedicated to poets and writers. These are all renowned poets. That's really cool. Oh, I found it. It's creamy garlic soup in a loaf of homemade bread and cheese. That sounds amazing. And you're thinking, how is it in a loaf of homemade bread? It is quite literally in a loaf of homemade bread. And we've got our Slovakian answer to Coca-Cola. So we can try Kafola, which does sound like cola, which tastes probably less sparkly, flatter than Coke, and apparently it's less sweet, but apparently it has way, I keep saying apparently, it has way less sugar in it, so it might be a healthier alternative if I like it. I have interesting lore on Kafola. It's not just the fact that it coincidentally tastes like Coke. It was actually done out of necessity. It was created in 1960 during the Soviet bloc, whenever Slovakia was under Czechoslovakia and the Soviet Union had blocked the import of Coca-Cola into the country. So the state-run company Kafola was tasked with creating like a Coke alternative for Slovakian people. The hell's incredible. Kind of smells like iron brew. Kafola. I honestly love the name. Its novelty is not worn off me, and also it's foamy. Stop stalling and I have to try it now. Oh wow, that's delicious. That does slightly taste like iron brew. That's good. I've seen people drink this, so I thought, oh, it's just not good. It's actually really good, or maybe it's just my taste. Oh, amazing. It's arrived and it smells like thoroughly good. I don't know if I'm just ravenous from going up the hills, but it smells amazing. It's super garlicky. I'm so excited. So we have our bread, hollowed out bread, garlicky soup inside. The bowl is bread, which is insane. Like, it's not even leaking. When I lift the lid up, where do I put the lid? Oh, maybe I use it for dipping? Oh, that is clever. Forget about it. It's amazing. Oh, I wonder what all this... There's a thickness to it that I'm not sure what they are. Well, that's cheese, actually. Wow, that's good. There's like chives in here too. But the cheese is really chewy. This is really clever. But what do you do with the bread at the end when you finish your soup? This bowl has lost its integrity. I'm kind of enjoying it with the bread bowl, so I've just been chewing away at it. We're gonna head out now, I promise, and then ask my accommodation by luggage after checkout, and then we go to the markets. I sprinted there because there was a guy who kept feeling like he was following me, and then I turned around and was like, okay, he's still looking at me. And then I pretend to go into a flower shop and he comes in after me, so then I fluke and don't go into the flower shop. Could have been intending to go in the flower shop the entire time, and I got in his way. But I immediately turned out of it and then ran home. You're gonna have to catch me first. Nutter. Not dead though. Not dead. I fear that's some crucial information you're leaving out of your judgment. Not dead. Huge. Huge. I'm not gonna lie, I don't really know where the Christmas markets are, so I'm kind of just winging it in the general direction. Follow sparkling lights. Well, there aren't any yet, but when they do. I'm gonna try laksa. Potato pancake. But just wait in the queue now. So we have our laksa, which is pancakes, but they're made out of potato dough, and they are popular at Christmas time. They're essentially Slovakian tortillas. Let's try. I got mine with Nutella. The suspense is killing me. What's the best strategy to eat this? Maybe not with my gloves. Have some decorum. Oh, it's way harder than a pancake, like harder to pull. A lot chewier than a pancake, so I imagine it's more filling. And you can see the thin layers. Oh wow, it's incredible. What the hell? It's so good. It's so oily as well. I fear we have another 10. It's looking like biased right now, but everything's been good so far. So that is everything. You can sit underneath the Christmas tree on like hay stacks. Pretty cool. Better than pancake. Mine just like doing somersaults.
It's amazing. Now 10 for 10 every single dish. Feeling like I'm being paid off or something. I'm so giddy, my face is hurting from smiling so much. We meet again, my friend, in this top hat. This is straight up magical. I'm back at the Primate Palace that we were at earlier, the pink candy float palace, and there's actually a sign up now and it explains all the trees here, and it says you're walking through the 8th Christmas forest adorned with dozens of decorations by children from 36 elementary schools. So they are kids that were making this. They're put up on the 26th of November here to bring joy to all passers-by in the area. On December 16th they will move to light up places where the traditional symbol of Christmas is not always affordable item. Charity organisations, social service homes, associations for unhoused people and families in need. Oh, how beautiful is that? And the trees are incredible too, but that's a really nice idea and thought behind it. It's not just for the adornment. That's really nice. Still my favourite tree. I think it's because we're matching, we're both knitted. How beautiful are the colours?